making sure I'm on both.
So cool.
Thanks. There's a little, is it on talking about it? Yeah. There's a little bit of a delay on from YouTube to Instagram. There we go. I can see us now. Is my face cut off on the Instagram? No? Okay. I just can't see it.
So you have multiple platforms live right now?
Yeah. So right now we're live on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram on the Talking About It, and Instagram on my Moxie page, which is the old Weisenheimers.
Dude, you're such a badass. You gotta teach me how to do this.
Thank you. I had an excellent teacher in Mike, my producer, my homie. He really taught me the ways of how to work this thing. So it's that's why I started going live a lot more often, because I'm trying to just get out of the comfort zone. And so, well, welcome everybody to another episode of Talking About It. Tonight we are live. I know there's football, y'all. I am the most excited about football being back. However, it's the Panthers and the Cardinals. So I figured civics, this episode is way more important to make sure that we follow through with. So welcome. I'm Ashlee, and on today's show, we have my OG homie, Miss Annie from Annie's Adventures. Thank you so much for coming on today. I am so excited that I finally get to have you on. I feel like you've seen me through this journey for the past few years, from when I was Weisenheimers, barely like trying to figure things out, to now. And so I'm just so happy that you came on, and thank you.
Well, dude, I'm so proud of you. Like, just to see your journey and everything. You're such a badass. Like I said, you truly are. And I learn from you all the time. So thank you for inviting me on. I'm excited to be here. And it's funny that you mentioned the football game, because my friend mentioned that to me too the other day when we were talking about actually what's happening in the world. And I'm like, well, football's going to start again, and like, no, we can't.
I mean, football brings people together.
Don't look at the birdie.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm one of them where I've just been like so out of like I was just so tired of the news, so tired of the noise. It's exhausting. We feel helpless, we feel powerless. And so football is, for me specifically, it's sports, it's talking shit to your friends about their teams. It's a kind of togetherness, right? That sports has. But yeah, you're so right. And we have to stay focused and on the mission, but of course have fun. And so that's why I felt like
we need that.
We do. I've been just watching like He-Man on the Prime channels.
I love that.
Like, I just watch the old cartoons. I've been watching like Family Matters, anything that is like old school. I've just been watching it because I'm so tired of the news. I do stay informed. Of course, I stay informed, but I've been doing a lot more reading than anybody. I like to welcome everybody who is on the different Instagram pages. If you have questions throughout the night, put them down in the comments. Today, we will be talking about civics a little bit. Basically, well, before we get into civics, Annie, let the people know. Everybody knows who Annie from Annie's Adventures is, but if you can, just give yourself a little introduction and kind of what got you into really being an advocate in the community, not only for businesses, but now you're starting to, I see your platform and everything. So can you just give us a little intro?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. Thank you again for having me here today. Thank you for everybody joining us and talking with us. Like she said, if you have comments, ask. But Annie's Adventures, I promote El Paso local businesses and the surrounding areas. I'll take you on a fun trip, go hear some music, all different types of things. It's kind of like a yellow page or an Angie's List. People ask me what to do, where to go, and I send them local as much as possible. I've been doing this for about 13 and a half years now. December will be 14 years at the end of December. I truly just love our city. That's why I started this. I used to work at the El Paso Saddle Blanket when it was open to retail. And I had over 60 cases of sterling silver jewelry and like 10 walls of jewelry. And I would talk to, like we were drilled, right? You have to talk to every customer. And so I would always, locals, out in towners, construction workers, musicians, whoever go through there. And I used to hear so much crap talking about the city. Okay. 13 years ago, almost 14 years ago. And I can't sit still. So like my father's daughter, I'm always looking for a deal too. And again, like I'm already out doing this stuff. So why not just post it and try and encourage people to go out and support local? I started my podcast, man, I don't even know how many years, like 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago or something like that. There was one year though during COVID that I just had a few episodes. So I call it the lost year. You know what I mean? Cause I mean, you're just like, nothing makes sense. And it's so great to be able to, on that podcast, just have multiple businesses, musicians, nonprofits, artists, the whole community come together. And it's a deeper dive into who they are, what they do, what's their passion, give people more reason to go out and support these businesses. And I try to stay in my lane there. Okay, lifestyle page. Back years ago, I don't even know what I posted. But someone messaged me, don't do political stuff because we come to your page to get away from that. And it's like stuck in my head, right? But at the same time, nowadays, more recently, I'm just like so damn fed up. And I love our city so much that I just can't shut up. I'm the chick that says what everybody else is thinking. And I may be considered or looked at like a bitch or whatever, but because I say it, you know what I mean? And I'm not afraid of that, we have to be talking about these things that are happening. It's coming from all angles, especially this week with marathon. Like I am on fire. I am on fire right now. So that's kind of why I do try to like not go there, but it's really hard not to when you just care. And I think I don't want to turn a blind eye to things, I truly care about this city. I really, truly do. And if I care about the city, I care about everything about the city. And so that's what I do. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, any businesses interested in being featured, I highlight them on my page. I just try to shine the light on local as much as possible.
Yeah, I love it. And I think that that's one thing, right? Because even I get messages and stuff on, why are you talking about politics? Why are you talking about this stuff? And I'm like, because it affects your mental health. If you're struggling to pay bills, if you're taking your kid to school and there's no air conditioning in it, if you're anything that you're doing, it's going to affect your mental health, right? So I am the same. I try not to get too into like specific things. And so that's why with this platform, what I wanted to do for this month is to really not have debates about what's going on, not have any of that, but to inform people, because a lot of people don't know that we don't have a city council and the county commissioner's court. A lot of people don't know, I see on FitFem all the time where they're like, fix the streets. And it's like the freeways do not belong to the city. They belong to TxDOT. So there's just a lot of things that we don't really know who to talk to. And so that's what this month of live streams is going to be for August. We're going to be talking about what civics is, because me and you are of the same era where we watched, and we talk about it, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. We watched like Schoolhouse Rocks. We watched The More You Knows. And so I want to bring that shit. I want to bring that shit back. I want to inform, educate, because we cannot make proper decisions if we don't know where to look, right? Educated on. Yeah. So we're going to be learning together. We're going to be answering questions. I see Zion is up on one of them. I'm imagining it's probably talking about it. I can't tell which one is which. I got a really small screen here, guys, so I can only see like certain things. So if you have questions, comments, drop them in the comments section. The comment section. But yeah, so we're going to be just talking about things here. So But yeah, that's our form of doing it, right? And I think that the way that you do it on your podcast, and I understand people come to us for, well, it's different, right? I'm learning that with mental health, people don't really like want to hear about it sometimes. I mean, I'm going
That's
on
the
2 years.
problem, bro. That's the
I'm going on
problem.
I'm going
Sorry.
on
I'm just
two
like,
years. Yeah,
these
I'm
are
going on
things we
two
need to talk
years.
about.
I'm going on 2 years. Social media, like I'm not one that's going to be going for a viral clip. I'm not one that's going to be trying to get reactions out of people. Like I'm truly just wanting to put out good information. And so that's why this time I'm like, you know what? I've been wanting to do a series like this, but now's the time because so
Mhm.
many people are their eyes are opening, especially here locally with the data centers, with the utilities going up. So I feel like what better way to start educating? And I'm not a professional, I'm not an expert, I'm not any of these things.
Mhm.
However, I am going to just go about it the way that I look for information. Y'all, if anybody is watching, and you know somebody who has the expertise, because I've been reaching out left, right, up, down, and nobody wants to come on. So I'm trying to get the experts, I'm trying to get the pros, but if they don't want to come on, they don't want to come on, and fuck it, we can do it together. PBS has an excellent civics course that you can hop on. And it's
That's
like
cool.
online. Yeah, it's really cool. PBS is amazing. That's where I find a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of, because it's nonpartisan. A lot of it is just very educational. So that's my jam. But anyway, let's get into this a little bit. We talked a little bit about mental health and civic engagement, and I want to come back on that. I kind of want to close on that. But what is civic engagement? What does that mean? Do we know? Because I even said, like, what the fuck is it? Because I say it, but it's like, wait, well, what is it? Right?
Yeah. No, and honestly, like, I'm so glad you're doing this series because a lot of us don't know this stuff. I don't know a lot of it, but I'm curious as hell now because I've never been into politics as I have been this last year. You know what I mean? And knowledge is power, right? And unless we know what we can and what we can't do anything. And especially in mental health, I just love your content. So I love that you're educating the community and me, because I need to know this stuff too. You know, I want to help spread the word and encourage people to take care of their mental health, to take care of our community if you really value it, you know, and don't want to see it get worse, you know.
Mhm.
So, what is it? You tell
Yeah.
me.
So, civic engagement is really just being involved in the community, right? So, it really is. And that was the premise. That was kind of what I like already knew. But how can you be civically engaged? What are things that you can do, right? Voting is always what I used to focus on. Like, well, you have to vote. If you're voting, you're doing what you need to do, and that's kind of enough. And that's not enough, right? As we have seen, especially here locally, because we have such a low voter turnout that 3%, 3% of our population in El
Oh,
Paso, Texas, are making decisions for what are we almost at a million population or whatever it is? Like 3% of people are voting. It's
and everyone
ridiculous.
complains. Everyone complains.
Yes, but they don't go out to vote. And so my thinking is, all right, we have elections in November. Let's get the information out. Let's help everybody try to figure out how to find information, how to research candidates. And then that's kind of what we're doing for August, right? So voting is super important. Staying informed, attending meetings, watching the city council meetings, watching the commissioner courts meetings. Those are very important because that's where a lot of these things are put out there, and then nobody shows up to talk about them until it's already been passed, shit's already moving, and then we're like, oh, we didn't know about it. But come to find out,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, come to find out, they have held meetings for public forums. They've done all of these things. Granted, I feel like the city and county can do a better job of really pushing that shit out.
Mhm.
Like, there's a meeting coming up. This is how you get on. You know, I think that we need to be better about that as far
Marketing
as
it.
Yeah, they need, right? Annie need to help out the city with their marketing to make sure that we know. But we do have so I'll be going over that. I do have several resources that I go to for that. Um, Speaking during public comment again goes back to doing the attending the meetings. And y'all, these things are streamed on YouTube. You can call in to do your public comment. You can go. I'll set a link. I was gonna try to type them in, but y'all don't want to see me try to multitask. so, so I will have a page up where I'll put. You can always go to talkingaboutit.com, but I'll also put a page up that has all of the links that you can go to. But yeah, speaking at public comment, contacting your elected officials, and what I like to say is let's do this the right way now, right? We've done everything backwards. It's like all this shit was going on, nobody really cared. Data centers came up and everybody now is like, bam, we got to get into it. And I'm not saying that in a broad way. There are programs and community and people who have been, there's like a handful of people that consistently go to the meetings when I see them commenting.
Thank God for them.
Yeah, Miss Turner she's there almost at every meeting. She asks the great questions. She holds them accountable. So we do have all of those things where we'll be putting those up. Volunteering. For volunteering, you can volunteer through the city. You can also become if you go to the EP County Votes, like the El Paso voting place, the county elections, you can become a person who can sign people up to vote, who can register people up to vote. It's a course. Like you go down there, you do a course, and then you're like registered to be able to do that. So I think volunteering, serving on advisory boards, those are things that, again, when you're with elected officials, when you're kind of in the know, which I think, again, it should be a lot easier to be a part of, but get on some of these advisory boards. We don't know what we don't know, and we need so many people right now who have not been political or who are not business owners and who actually care about what's going on in the community and care to make a difference, which is, again, why we're doing this. So August is going to be for us learning how to do all of these things. September, my plan is to have the candidates coming on to the show on a live, and basically we'll be having like a town hall so that people can ask the questions, and so that we can get to know them. And then
we don't have that. You think that's common sense, or even like a debate or something? Like there's nothing. It's just like, here's some strangers, vote for them.
Yeah. And it's whoever has the best marketing, like we're talking about marketing right now. There's it's just who has the best marketing. And so what I really want people to get back to is looking up the candidates, finding out what they're about, asking the questions. And so that's what we'll be doing in September. So the next couple weeks we'll be doing, this week is just kind of the basics of civics. Next week, it's kind of like a curriculum, y'all. Okay. I homeschooled my kids for a while, and so I approach things very in a teacher manner. That's so great. I'm trying to keep it as organized for everybody. But yeah, so that's going to be August and September. We'll have and then helping educate others. So that's what we're doing. So we're civically engaged, but I feel like we can do more, right? We can do more.
Yeah, we can always do more.
Yes. So the more that we are able to talk to people, the more that we are able to promote people who are doing good in the community, who truly have a voice and who are truly not trying to get reactions out of one side or the other, not trying to just throw like a match onto the shit, like none of that. Genuinely trying to just get information and answers out. Like, you all, please reach out to me, because I need to get people on here who can answer some of the hard questions that I've been getting, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't know. And I'm not, like, so, and so, yeah. Let's see, let's go ahead, Annie, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking right now, I'm sorry, I'm like squirrel. Sorry, somebody's at my door. What is it? No, I was thinking about, and I didn't know, like this last time I went to go vote a couple months ago, you can actually print out a sheet
Yeah.
and write in your answers and take it with you. So you don't have to
Take
like
it with you.
feel like you're cheating and take a cheat sheet on your hand, or like
Yes.
it's legal. You can do
Yeah.
that,
You can do that.
and
And
just little things like that.
it's the candidates that are specific to your area, because not everybody has the same things. So it's specific to your area. So that's one thing that I always like, especially with these last ones. We had like 25 to 30 items on the ballot. And I feel like that's done on purpose, is so that people just get
Overwhelmed.
slammed and then they're like, yeah, whatever, and so they're not getting us again, y'all. We're going to be
And the
doing the
way they
work.
word things. I
For
today
sure.
I was talking to a friend where people were scared to go voting. Young people are scared to vote. Older people are scared to vote. They feel intimidated at the voting polls. They were turned down. And I don't really know as far as like jurisdictions, as like if you're supposed to only vote in your jurisdiction. I thought there was maybe like voting polls like in the malls or something where you can go to from all around. Because I'll go to Bassett, I'll go to Summerlin Park and I vote there, and there's never any lines. So like, don't use that as an excuse. Like you're in and out. But I'm
Yeah.
even like curious about that kind of stuff,
Yeah. So with the voting, so I believe if it's like a runoff, or if it's elections that have to do with that, then it's kind of like open. Polls are open. You can kind of go everywhere. You don't have to go to your specific. Then when it's like general elections and things like that, then you do have to go
Open.
into your own
Oh,
you go
okay.
into your own district, your own location.
Okay.
And how do you find that information out? You can go to the city. You can go to epcountyvotes.com.
Right.
You can look up if you're registered to vote. It'll tell you which district you're in. You can also go to the El Paso County. I'm sorry, the city page, the county page. They will show on there. You can like look up who your representatives are for your district. So that's really big when you're thinking about commissioner's court and city council. Like coming up in November, we have people running for commissioner's court seats. We have people running for city council seats. We have a lot. So it's one of those things where it's like
A big election.
information overload, and it's just kind of like, ugh. So
Overwhelming. Yeah.
it's very overwhelming. And so I feel y'all, when you don't want to be talking about this stuff and you don't want to hear about it, I get it. Avoiding is amazing because ignorance is bliss, right?
Right. Just pretend it didn't happen. Yeah.
Until you can't afford to pay your electric bill, until you are having to fight with, are we going to be losing water to big companies, until like, let's not get shit happening. Like, let's not wait to do things until it gets super bad. Let's be preventative. Let's not be reactive. And so let's that's the goal, man. But yeah, so I do have a few questions that came in. So we can go over that. One of them is, how do I know if I'm registered? Again, for finding out if you're registered to vote, you go to El Paso epcountyvotes.com. And on there you're able to find out. You'll put your like name, your email. If you follow me on social media talking about it, I do have little videos that show how you can like go check. My videos are a little bit better now, so don't go back to like way further back because they're like terrible. But the new ones are a little bit faster now. I'm able. Technology, y'all.
It's a process.
Yes, it's a process. My God, it is just like everything. So epcountyvotes.com is where you go to find out if you're registered. If you are not registered to vote, you have to. Oh, hang on a second. Let me go up to the things here. If you're not registered to vote, you cannot register to vote online. So you have to. Yeah, I was talking to Manny Rodriguez, and he was quick to correct me because he's like, you can't register to vote online. I'm like, oh shit. So you have to like print the paper out and then you can mail it in. Yeah, you can mail it. And I think you can even drop it off.
Don't touch that, y'all. I'm just saying, like, again, educate yourselves.
Yes.
Just do it.
Yeah. And, you know, because then you have to like register to vote by a certain day before
And
you
have
can
it
even
mailed
register
in
to
by a
vote.
certain date.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, ugh. Again, I get that it's overwhelming. This one might not be your episode, y'all, and it's cool if it's not, but trust, if you can just get a little bit of information out of it, then I'll be happy. But yeah, okay, so my property, so I've been seeing in the news that our taxes are going to go up. Who decides that it is going to go up? Well, so city council has city taxes, right? So those are like, I believe, the property taxes and things like that. So your city is in charge of your city taxes. Your county taxes are figured out by the commissioner's court. Then you have school taxes, that's by your school board. And then your state taxes, that's the Texas. Yeah.
But it is what it is.
That's how they keep us confused.
Yeah.
That's how they keep us confused. It was like, shit, we have city, we have county, we have state, we have federal. And it's like, so I did break down also which one is what. So like our city handles more of like the police, the fire, libraries, zoning, building permits. If you're a business owner and you have to go to the one-stop shop to get your permits, you know, that's city. County is going to handle your elections, the sheriff's office, courts, public health, emergency management, county budgets. And then, of course, you have like the state. They do the state laws, education, DPS, highways. So healthcare policies. I think I have to do like a whole thing just on the streets alone because El Paso streets are shit. I don't even leave the house and I know that they're shit. But there are certain streets that are state, and then some of them, some
like
of them
county,
are
like county lines and things like that.
Yeah, so like even with the state, I believe somewhere like maybe Montana, it cuts off to where it goes to state from city. It's like weird. So I have to do like, I think I'm going to do a whole thing on that, but I need to educate myself a little bit better before I feel comfortable talking about it. So let's see, hold on. We have some comments. Welcome to everybody again coming in on our Instagram pages, on YouTube, on Facebook. You know, I don't see anything on Facebook. I don't know if the comments pop up here. It's a learning. It's a process. So yeah, let me see. We have comments over here on Instagram. True Light. Okay, so True Light is Zion. He does have the El Paso hub. I talk about that a lot when we're talking about these. He's done a really great job of organizing a lot of the information that we have, kind of making it easy for you to find. I think even on his hub, when I was looking at it, you can find your district representatives through there.
On his website?
He put everything really organized. So let's see, he's got some comments on here.
I had him on my podcast yesterday. That was a great show. Yeah, I did. I had Representative Vince Perez. I had True Lies. I had Project Amanasat. And then I had Sembrano. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah. Sembrano, It was a great episode talking about and educating the community, trying to, about data centers and all that stuff.
Yes, I'm glad that you guys are doing that. And I'm glad that you're able to, I want to have people on, but I'm like, I don't want to have people who are currently in office for this specific section. So for next month, I'm like, everybody come on, please. But let's see, Zion put, he's going to add a local election page on El Paso Hub once the ballot registration ends. Yeah, that ballot registration is going to be ending here in a couple of weeks.
What did you say now? The ballot?
Ballot. So right now people can, because there's seats open for like city council, people can register to see if they want to run.
Okay.
So once that closes, I believe that's when he will add the local to his website, because then you'll be able to have the candidates on there. So
Awesome.
that's good.
Like one place to go find everything. We used to
Yeah,
have that. I want to say like
we
during
did.
COVID, there was a page and I was so excited because they
It
were
was like,
comparing and you could do
yep.
slides and educate, and then it just disappeared. I'm like, no.
It's like it was like I think it was like the EP Strong page. Like you could find everything there.
No,
They had,
there was another page
there was
that
another one.
did it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Mhm.
the EP
Like for the
Strong
community.
they had a mental health one.
Oh,
It
that's
hasn't been
great.
updated. It hasn't been updated since then, which is why
Mm.
I did my website, so that you can have that all in one
Resources.
place.
Yeah.
Resources, yeah, because that's all we need. Like we're on our fucking phones all day. You're scrolling TikTok, you're scrolling this, you're scrolling that, you're all over the place. And you can't take a minute to like, hey, let me Google where I can vote, where I
Yeah.
can, you know what I mean? Like
5
so
minutes,
yeah,
y'all. 5 minutes. That's it. That's like all it takes.
it does. There's even like YouTube videos that you can watch that like will run you through things. Like we use okay, so this is why I have a love-hate with internet and social media, right? Because we're so dumb. We use it for the most bananas things. Like, like
Yeah.
there's so much information at your fingertips, but yet you're like
Rather look this up instead of this. What
shopping
actually
on
affects you, right?
shopping on TikTok, or I don't know, I don't get on TikTok. My brain doesn't allow me to. It's too fast. Like I can't. So like, we're doing all of these things and I get it. It's so much easier to just sit back and avoid and all of these things, but trust me, in the long run it makes it harder on everybody, on yourself, on your mental health, on your physical health, because we're just not taking care of the problem. And that goes not only for politics, not only for voting, it goes for everything across the board.
Mhm.
Yeah, like just fucking face it. That's the hardest thing to do, is face things. Today,
Or you can't get over it till you face it, right? Nothing's going to happen until it's faced.
exactly. And then whatever is in your head is way bigger than it is the actual,
Reality,
like,
yeah.
it's crazy. Like I've had a week. I don't know. I feel like it's been like a long 2 weeks or so. Like it's been rough, right? Like just rough. And today I was like I even told you, like we might have to reschedule. Like I don't know if I'm able to do this. And you know what? It's like no, like rather than just sit, I needed to like this is important. We need to get this information out. And so like I feel better coming on and having the conversation and talking and facing, because I may look like this is like super chill. I'm just chilling, but I like panic a lot. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm doing it and facing it, like when I'm finally on and I'm like, I'm talking to my friend here. I'm talking to my friends online. Like that is just so much better. And when you become civically engaged and you start going and volunteering and you get with programs like the Sembranos, is it Sembrano Esperanza? Or yeah, Sembrano Esperanza and Project Amanecer. Like
Excellent work.
when you find your people and you're giving back to people and you're doing all of these things, like you're opening yourself up and you feel so much better because you are having like-minded. As soon as you're reactive, it makes you the crazy person and everybody will tune you out and make whatever you said, doesn't matter how great it was, goes out the window. So we just continue to, and in
Composure.
life, composure, and it's hard.
It's
It's
so
so
hard.
hard. Oh
Yeah.
my God. You know how many times and like I'm kind like I'm not at 1,000 followers yet, but I'm getting close. I'm like at 830. So I'm getting super close. I feel like it's been a test because sometimes when I'm watching these council meetings, I want to hop on live and I feel like it would just be bad. So like
Right after you got to give it a beat.
during, girl, sometimes it's during. I'm like, what the? Oh,
Yeah.
On this last council meeting, there was one point where uh, Lily Limon on the last meeting had a thing on the ballot for them to not have phones on the dais, and it got shut down. And they said, well, it's already a rule. And then the mayor was like, well, and Representative Limon was like, well, like, what are you going to do about it then if you see the phones? Well, I'll address it. Sure as shit, this past meeting on Tuesday, one of them is talking and the phone goes off of another one. So it was Chavez
How are
was
you even allowed
talking.
to take your phones? It's a short meeting. Like, can you live without it? Like everybody else is supposed to not work with their phones, right?
Yeah.
It's just like
And
the audacity of these people that we are stuck with.
elected.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy. And so like it's like she's talking, then the other one's phone goes off. And these are two of the ones that seriously I struggle just watching them because I just don't feel that they're for the people. Again, these are not debates. This is one reason I'm saying for you all to tune in so that you can see these things happening in real time. But yeah, her phone goes off and Mayor says, I'm gonna have to ask you to turn your ringer down. She's like, oh yeah, I was trying to turn the ringer down. Like that's it. Really? No wonder we have a problem with authority or a problem with doing things is because the people that are supposed to be leading and showing the way are meh. And if you
Yeah,
don't give a
like
shit,
you said, you're supposed to set the example, right?
yeah,
I went to see Lauren Hill. They made us lock our phones up in a little bag. You can't put your phone in a basket for an hour? Like,
yeah,
what is that?
yeah, it's
It's
crazy. So
insane.
but yeah, so that's why it's very important to make sure that you're watching these meetings. If you didn't watch it live, it's all good. You can go back and watch the replay, and then that way you see this last one. They were talking about the budget. So talking about the property taxes, the property tax increase, and the voter approved taxes. And again, voter approved means that 3% of El Pasoans that actually showed up to vote made the decision that that was going to be what the cap was, right? And they're going to keep it right at that because anything that goes higher, then it needs to go to another vote. So learning budgets is a whole different thing. I
It's
actually
all a
do
chess
have.
game. It's all a chess game, right? Just like what was it today? Oh, you got all your signatures? Guess what? We're gonna take it back to 1984. What? What the?
I
I'm
saw that
sorry.
before we.
It's
I saw that before we came
insane.
on.
The
I
audacity. Like what?
I saw that before we came on. I was trying to just kind of stay off everything today and just like chill,
Sorry.
reset. No. And so I saw it right before when I was getting everything set up. I was like, what is this? Because I saw that there was a protest in front. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I'm like, what?
Yeah. So do the rules, but then when you do it, we're gonna move the line, right? Or did you right before I jumped on too? I saw the FitFam post with the results of what happened during Tuesday and Wednesday with Marathon, and how the gases release caused cancer, leukemia. And we just had some rain, right? And they were talking about how it could make acid rain. Like this stuff isn't lingering around for days when the copious amounts that are being distributed. And it's not just that. It's our power plants. It's all these different things. And then we're going to be cornered from north, east, and west with the data centers. Like it's not getting better. That's for sure. You know,
it's not. And that's why it's so important to speak on these things and to learn about them and educate yourself on them. And, there's been groups there, like, again, city council meetings, commissioner court meetings, they're fucking packed to the brim when it's like Eddie Guerrero Day or when it's like celebrating something, right? We got people in there packed. Once the photo ops go away, and I love Latino Heat. I'm a wrestling fan. Anybody who has tuned in forever knows that. I have not a problem with that. My problem is that if you can get the day off to go see that and to take pictures with the family, then on important issues and voting, you should be able to take time off or schedule time appropriately to go and sit and make public comment or to get on the phone and make public comment. It is so very important that they're hearing our voices, because then they use it against us, just like the meetings the other day with one of the representatives, and they were at I don't know, was it a recreation center where the capacity was only for like 100 people?
100 people?
And the people were out the door in the doorway waiting.
That was on
Like, come
Wednesday. It was
on.
yesterday. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And on top of that, you only get an hour to discuss this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's disregard. You know what I mean? And if you're not going to pay attention for yourself, pay attention for your kids, pay attention for your nieces and nephews, your parents. You know, like this is affecting us all.
Yeah.
And again, it's nonpartisan. It's not a right or a left thing. This is just a survival, like our water, our land, our animals, our environment, our economy, the very basics.
Yes. And for those who always say, who are always in the Fit Fam comments and they're like, vote red and vote this and vote that, just so everybody knows, our city council and commissioners are nonpartisan elections. So you don't need to say that.
Doesn't mean any sense.
Doesn't mean anything. And if you're all in the Fit Fam comments and you're bitching and complaining, and I used to say this all the time, and I need to get a shirt made for this time. I say that every election cycle, and I haven't yet, but I always have the thing that says, be about it, don't bitch about it. Like, if you're going to bitch about it in the comments, then fucking show up and vote. Like, post your fucking voting sticker, and then let me see what you have to say.
I mean, El Paso's got a comment for everything, right? We got a comment for everything, but we don't want to go out and do the work, you know?
Yes. And I love this place, and I think the potential that we have is so great. And I think the people that I think that everybody is like, nobody from the outside can talk shit about El Paso except for El Paso. But El Paso does such a great job of doing it that, like, we need to stop that. We need anybody else. We need to change the mindset, y'all. We need to just be involved. We need to come back to community. We need to take a step back. We need to get to a place where we're being about shit. We need to
stand on business.
Yes, man. And it's not hard. It takes time. And people are selfish with their time when it comes to stuff that might help others. And I get it. For a long time, we've been living in this thing where it's like our own bubble and what's affecting me only. And it doesn't matter what anything else is going around, and I'm fine until it affects you. Then you're like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't. And it's like, no, dude, for always, like, bigger picture. Let's get rid of the tunnel vision. But yeah, let's see. We have people in here. Let's see. Zion, I do want to have you on. Our schedules just never line up. I've been trying to have him on for a while. But if you reach out to me, we'll see what we can make happen. Zion. Actually, yeah, if you can DM me, that would be fantastic, because that way we can have a conversation. But yeah, so everybody, I know today was a little bit kind of like, meh, politics. I didn't even really go into politics. Really, it's just really just finding out that what civic engagement is, and all it means is to volunteer, do your part,
participate.
Participate. Great word. Participate. If you can't, if you can't, if you can't go to meetings, then call in. If you can't, I don't know.
Even just start like watching them after, if you can't go watch them, so that way you're at least educated on the information. I just recently started getting more into it, just because I don't know, like, you talk about mental health a lot. I've been running away to the mountains whenever I get a chance this summer for 30 degrees cooler weather, for one, but also just mental health, man. Like, it's overwhelming, and I don't want to say I care too much. I don't think that's a thing. It's just I care, and if you care, it's going to affect you. Yeah, it does, because I love the city so freaking much, I don't want to get into Texas and the United States, blah, blah, blah. Like, but please just take an interest in where you live. That's it. And the air you breathe, the water you drink, the land we live on. That's all.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think that, I applaud you for taking that time and for saying, like, no, I'm going to step back, because it's important. It's important to do that. It does hurt your heart. It hurts everything not only with civic engagement, but when you see people around you hurting and suffering, that's empathy, that's compassion. Those are things that have been villainized and vilified, you know, and I don't like that. I pride myself on trying to be the person that I wish that I had in my life at certain times, and we need to be there for each other. Oh my god, each other. We need to be there for each other, and you know, and show up and participate. Oh, I love that you said that. Like, yeah, just participate. For me, guys, I still struggle to leave the house. Like, it's hard for me. You won't catch me in a city council meeting, but I've called in. I watch every single one of them. Like, I participate how you can.
Yes.
If you can't show up, then call in. If you can't volunteer for some of these, if you can't do that, then hey, can I make calls? Can I text? You know, there's always ways that you can help. You can donate. You know, I know times are tough right now for everybody. You can donate, though. You can if you can't donate time and you can donate things, then do it. But show up and definitely take care of your mental health. Mental health, again, reminder, like every show, mental health and mental illness are not the same. Taking care of your mental health means that you're prioritizing your mind. You're making sure that it's okay. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and you're working out. That's taking care of your mental health, taking time for yourself, setting boundaries, figuring out ways for you to just kind of like get out of your head for a little bit. Mental illness is struggling with, and for myself specifically, anxiety, bouts of depression, panic disorder. You know, all of these things are illness, right? But you don't have to become your illness. You don't have to let it define who you are. You can come out of that and still do good, right? So I think that it's very important that you participate, just like Annie said, however you can participate. I do have, again, I'll put the list up on, or you can go to Zion's page, the El Paso Hub. Is it EP Hub or El Paso Hub? Let me go back. EP Hub. ephub.com, or is it .org? I don't know if he's still on. He said he was neglecting his other priorities to be texting. So let's see. But I think if you just search EP Hub, or if you go to True Lie or TRU_lie13_backup, you can follow Zion's page, and then you can get the information from there. I will post up, though, maybe like a carousel or something that has the information on the links that we're talking about. But yeah, again, just get involved, y'all. Get involved, participate. The places that I find information from for local news is El Paso Matters.
Love them.
I go to El Paso Matters because they're, again, nonpartisan, straight information, and I love it.
Real reporting.
Yeah, I love it. I'm a person of like the facts. Like, I don't need all the bullshit. I just need the facts.
Like, weed it out.
Yeah, let me figure it out on my own. I'm of the time where like critical thinking was huge. I mean, you know, like they used to just kind of leave us all over the place, and then we'd have to like find our way back. Figure it out, right? So I like giving the information, just like I like giving the information. So if you're new to the podcast, if you're new to seeing me, that's what you get with me. You get the information, and then you figure out. You don't have to agree with everything that I say. Probably people don't, but at least I'm giving you resources to find the information. So El Paso Matters is really good for the local news. We also have some of the, again, for voting, epcountyvotes.com. For candidate information, you can go to EP County Votes. You can also go to Ballotopedia. And once the candidates, right now you'll see candidates that have only registered. So,
right. It hasn't ended yet. You said the deadline.
It hasn't ended yet. I think Zion had put on here, it was like in August 17th. Okay. So And if you're somebody who's watching and you want to run for some of these positions, I advocate for people running for these positions of power who have information, who have knowledge of government, who have knowledge of how the process works. Again, if you ever tune into one of the city council meetings, these people do not know how to run a meeting. They don't know when to put a motion. They don't know when they can talk. It's ridiculous. And they're 18 months in, probably a little bit longer than 18 months. So yeah, again, don't just take my word for it. Watch them. You guys will crack up. Be like, man, that chick might be crazy, but she's telling the truth. Because sometimes I'm like, what the F is going on?
Yeah, the reality we're living in right now. It's interesting.
It's just bananas. But I'm trying to find the organizations here. Because I don't want to mess up their names. Well, it is. So the ones that I'm off the top of my head, because I got like 12 pages of notes here. Again, it's not all information. It's because I have big ass font. So I have to print out way more pages than I probably need. But I know it's the Project Amanecer. They're doing some excellent work on data centers, but they're also
other civic matters.
Yeah, well, yeah, you just had them on, so you want to talk a little bit about them while I get their information?
Just other civic. I just learned about them too yesterday, so I don't want to say it wrong, but just things to do with our environment here in El Paso. Anything that has to do with, again, data centers, and other types of.
Yeah, they do. Just civic things. Yeah, so it says projectamanecer.org. You can find them online. You can also follow them on Instagram. But they say at Amanecer, we believe that people closest to the problems, everyday El Pasoans, are the closest solutions. So it should be us who get to shape our futures. So they do some really great work. The other one is Sembrando Esperanza. And they are also they're on a website. It's Sembrando Esperanza it might be .org. Just
either
Google
.com or .org. You got two options to try it. You'll find it. And they're also on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So
yeah, and they post some really great information, but they also are working, same thing, where they're trying to find how be the solution. And that's all we need. Yeah, that's all we need is people advocating for us. But yeah, so again, Annie, just thank you so much for the work that you do, for highlighting the local businesses, and for really, like, I know it's got to be hard for your business, right? Is for saying, like, people tell you, like, I'm trying to escape it, and then you kind of like, ugh. I just applaud you for speaking out. And again, you don't have to do it in a reactive way, but getting the information out and people trust you for information, then, like, I think it's so fantastic when you can use your platform for getting great information out, like, that's just so fantastic. And I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate you for always being there when I send you a text and I'm like, girl, it's been a day, or, whatever it is. I just, or, when you're telling me about Lauryn Hill, I'm all, fuck yeah. Like, I truly am so very thankful for you and for, the friendship that we've been able to build over the past couple of years, because, going through the journey that I went through, I lost a lot of people in my life. And so meeting people who saw me kind of at my lowest point and have seen the growth and have been a part of it and have supported me every step of the way, I hold very close to my heart. And I just appreciate you so much. And for supporting Sydney and her business and what she's doing. And, just thank you. But yeah, so, I hope that we do more of these things. I think that we need to have Annie, and I think Annie and Ashlee sounds really good together on, like, advocating for some shit. So I don't know, maybe we need to make some things happen.
Right.
Yeah, because I think, again, y'all, this episode was more so just to start the conversation, to kind of get a gist of what civics is. Next week, I will have a guest on, Daniel Gutierrez. He is a financial and tax pro. We are having a lot of conversations right now about budgets, city budgets. What does that mean? What does it mean if they do increase the rates and all of these things? So we'll be diving a little bit into the financial side of it. Cool. And seeing, because I mean, shit, everybody is struggling right now, like, it's like,
what's our minimum wage here?
$7.15 or $7.25. It's $7.25.
It's bullshit, is what it is.
It is.
It's not enough, and then people are having to work multiple jobs. Teachers, doing things after school. It's just crazy.
It's crazy. I mean,
but we're expected to pay more on this, pay more on that, pay more on this. Take this, take that, take this, take that.
Yeah,
we have to stand up for ourselves.
And the thing is that, like, at the city council meeting, this last one, when they're talking about it, you have these council members, and it's the same ones that I just feel like we just need new representation. But they're like, well, we did a simulator for the people to come in. So they did it to where they were having like meetings, city meetings or something on, and then they would give you like online, they had like computers set up, and then it was what the hell, a simulation for you to balance the budget and for people to do it. And they were saying that less than 100 people even did that when they were doing that.
It was an option.
And they said that some of the people would put like defund the police and defund this, like they weren't even taking it seriously when they were doing it. So they weren't able to balance the budget, right? The community people that participated weren't able to balance the budget. And so the argument was, well, if we were having a hard time doing the budget as people, right? Like on the simulator, they weren't even trying to go for it. Then that we should understand how hard it is for the city council to balance the budget. And I'm like, bro, you chose that position. We did not choose that position. There are so many things that you get to decide that you could make policy changes on. But the problem is we have business owners in city council, and we don't have people who understand policy, procedure, contracts, the law. It's very important. Chris Canales is a representative. I like him. I think he does great work. He is pretty accountable. He holds himself pretty accountable for some of the things that he's voted on in the past. He's been there for a long time. He was a staffer. So anytime in the meeting when you see kind of chaos, they look to him like, what are we supposed to be doing? And then he has to say it. He was a staffer. He knew the procedure. He knew the government. He knew what was supposed to be done. And we need candidates who understand that, who have that information.
Call out the BS when it's happening.
Exactly. We need people
accountability. It's one of my favorite words right now.
Oh, mine too, girl. And we need people who are going to be not afraid to take accountability. I take accountability for shit all the time, and it sucks sometimes. Like, you're like, fuck, I was a dick, or I really fucked up, I'm sorry. But it's okay. Like, take it, have that. That shit is gold. If you can take accountability and hold others accountable, then you start to see change. Look what's happening now. Like you just said, there was a protest on the city council steps today, or whatever it is, like, people are holding them accountable. And I feel like we just have to do it. And
I'm sorry, I want to add, I think it's two things that we really have to focus on, right? Communication and accountability. With those two things, we can really get a lot more done.
For sure. And listening, right? Like listening. Everybody just wants a reaction. Everybody just wants to see how they're going to react and get this and go this. And it's like, no, dude, like, actually listen to what some people are saying and go
why
from
they
there.
Feel that way.
Why they feel that way.
Dissect it. Yeah.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to, but if you can at least come up with some common ground, then I think that there's always a place to move forward from that.
Moving bigger mountains together, right?
Yes. It's fucking hard to do by yourself, but once you start to give in and participate and show up, you'll start to see. Hang on, let me see. Zion, great episode. You both did great educating our community on civic duties. Oh, that BS simulator really made me mad. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think how do we hold them accountable? How do we hold city council, our elected officials, our leadership accountable?
Oh, no.
If only there was something we could do.
We can't even do that at a higher level. Like it's
like vote. You can vote.
There you go. Can we just all agree to vote and not drink and drive? How about that?
And if you are having a party and people are drinking, hell yeah, more power
Don't
to you.
enable.
Take the fucking keys away. Don't let them get in a car. Like, come on. Like, I get
Don't
so
be
tired
part of the problem. Be part of the solution. Live in the solution if you can.
Yeah, and it's like little things like that. We used to have key masters when we would have parties back in the day. Like, we would have somebody come and like take the keys, or like
before you even enter the party at all.
Yeah, and there was you're kind of the same age as me. There was I remember it was really big. It was it's gonna make me cry thinking about it. But there was a poem, and it was about, because there was a lot of stuff on drunk driving at that time, right? And there was a poem, and it was something like this kid goes to a party, and the mom tells him, like, don't drink, don't do anything like that. Like, he was the designated driver. He's driving home and he gets hit by a drunk driver. And it's like, come on, guys, we have to, like, that is like embedded in my brain from school. Like,
and it's true,
25 years ago, like a long ass time ago. And so we have to be accountable. We have to, if you're going to party, it's all good. Nobody's saying don't party. Nobody's saying don't have a good time, but be smart about it. Plan ahead, get an Uber. Don't drink and drive. Stop blaming the police. Stop blaming the police for not catching the drunk drivers. How about don't let your fucking tios and tias go drive after they've been partying all day? Like, we have to see that it's not always somebody else's problem. There's a point in time where you have to say that's enough. And you have to make the changes. I think that it's very important, and it's something that I hope that we get better at, because
it's horrible. It's horrible. Thank goodness for sober streets movements. But it's a shame that they even have to exist. You know what I mean? And I say this from a place where 17 years, 0 drinks. I had 2 DWIs, I fucked up, and I took accountability for it. I did the Hooskow and all that kind of stuff that I had to do. And I learned my lesson though. And I think it's a big lesson for people to know that it's okay to change your mind on things. It's okay to be open to stuff. And thank God I did. It was the best thing I did, 17 years ago, to stop drinking. But everybody drinks and drives. The only difference between me and you is I got caught. You know what I mean? But that shouldn't have even happened. I should have had my head on straight. I should have, so it's a different time now. We know better. We all see the numbers. We all see the posts, and we can't be enabling people, so
or avoiding the mental health aspect to it,
100%. It's a temporary Band-Aid.
People are drinking, and I speak from experience myself, that drinking alcohol was my go-to. Like, before I could go into a bar, or if we were going out, like, I'd have to take some shots and like shotgun a beer to like not be shaky, and to like be able to kind of have a conversation. Like, that was my coping mechanism. That's what I did. So I understand.
Think about that perspective,
And that's how the mental part of it is. Like, we are taught so early in this culture, in this city, that like, fucking drink. You see everybody drinking at baby showers. You see kegs and bottles.
Who doesn't amongst us, especially babies from the 80s, have a picture that our dad took with a beer in our hand as a toddler or something like that? You know what I mean? Like,
there's a picture of me like on a couch or something, and it's like surrounded by like empty
I'm just saying, but it's okay, like, to change the culture, to change these things about how we do, to stop the cycle,
break the cycle. Break the cycle. And that's all we do, and that's what we're doing. And it's okay to do it. It's fucking hard when you're not drinking And like, I think that's why I'm still very weird when I go out and awkward, because I'm doing it like totally sober, finding myself new out of this healing journey. And it's very overwhelming, right? So I totally can understand how a drug addict can stay a drug addict, an alcoholic can stay an alcoholic. I understand it because I have been through this journey and trying to figure out my way through it. But being sober, you're having to face your own demons. You're having to grieve for who you were, for the people you've lost. You're having to go through all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sober.
Mm-hmm.
And, that it's hard, and I understand it. But I think that the city, the county needs to do better about mental health services, having them available. I think that we have mental health facilities here and behavioral health facilities. I do not think that they are the answer for everybody. I have been to those places, and I don't know if I'll speak on my experiences at one point, because I don't want to stop somebody from getting help. But some of them have just been on FitFam recently talking about what's going on there. And I don't want my experience to stop somebody from getting help. I understand that. But at the same time, those places need to do better, because I know when I was there, 2019, I had a very difficult time. And if we're here in 2026 and there's still some of the same things going on, then we need to hold them accountable, and we need to have better resources, and we need to be a community that cares about one another's mental health. Because once you start getting that in check, it's just so
Life
much.
is so much better.
It's just so much. Oh my God, you know how good it is to not wake up feeling hungover? Well, from drinking. I wake up hungover. I think it's the hormones though, because like I'm 45. So it could be that. But like sometimes I'll wake up with like a pounding headache, and I'm like, ugh, I couldn't even imagine drinking. And like
On top of this, now I understand now.
yeah, towards the end of it was like, it would take me like a week and a half to recover. Like from
I mean, and I've always looked at it, at least for me, it was a temporary Band-Aid, right? But once we're back to reality, that shit's still there. It didn't solve anything.
Yeah.
And so you just have to love yourself. You have to want it. You have to want to take care of what's the initial problem. You know what I mean? And it's not ever going to go away. It's just something you live with. But you have to do the work, and it's an option. And unfortunately, it is hard for people to want to do it when they're in it, so.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And again, just thank you so much for coming on. I feel like me and you could do a show on so many different topics. Maybe we should just do them. We should just do them live like this, and just have the conversations, because it's just so refreshing to be able to talk to somebody, especially on subjects like this that give a shit. And I'm so fortunate to be surrounded by so many of you who do care about these issues and who are willing to come on and talk about these things. And I'm just so grateful for it. And on your show, continue just doing the great things that you're doing. But just thank you so much for coming on, Annie, and for everybody who tuned in. Football update: Carolina 17, Arizona 20. You see, nothing big. You still have a whole quarter to go. A whole quarter to go. It ain't football till the Eagles are playing for me. I'm like, I gotta wait till like the 15th or something before I get to see my birds play.
Okay.
But yeah, just thank you for coming on. Everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. If you have questions, DM me at Talking About It. You can also visit talkingaboutit.com for mental health resources. If you are a professional in education, political science, if you're a news person or a journalist, please, I've reached out to some people, but please reach out to me. I'm trying to make sure that we have these episodes that are educational, informational, and help people understand the process and how they can be a part of it, because we cannot fix what we don't know. And so I think it's really important that we have these conversations. Either way, I'll be on every Thursday. I don't know, maybe I'll change it to Wednesday because of football, but we'll be on every Thursday, and we'll be having these conversations. But thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you. Just thank you so much. Annie, where can people watch your episodes, and what days do they drop?
Sure. So on podcast, it's Annie's Adventures EP every Wednesday, or it's random, right? Well, not random. I try to do it every Wednesday. Maybe I'll miss one Wednesday a month or something like that. And then I do them at 4 at Star City Studios, and then I try to drop them that night. I like to have everybody's up and to get it off the plate. It's less thing to have to worry about.
Yeah.
And then Annie's Adventures on Facebook, Annie's Adventures EP on Instagram and TikTok. And I just want to say thank you for allowing me to come on, and thank you for your service, because this is an awesome service that you're doing for the community.
I appreciate you. Thank you. So y'all make sure that you tune in to Annie's Adventures. If you are a small business owner or entrepreneur and you're looking to promote your business, give Annie a call, because she is just amazing. She's been great. She's probably one of the OG influencers that we have out of El Paso, y'all. I mean, she's been doing this grinding for such a long time. So building trust and doing things like that is just so important. And you've just really done the work. I appreciate that. If you are also a business owner or entrepreneur, or stay-at-home mom, dad, whatever it is, and you're looking for a new job, you want to refresh your resume, you can reach out to me on my Moxie page. I have taken the leap, y'all, and I am doing my own business, and it's fucking scary, and it's crazy, but I know what I know, and I know what I know. I really do know. And so if you're looking to help identify your brand, to find it, if you're in a business where you feel stagnant or stuck, reach out to me at OG with Moxie on Instagram. You can also DM me on Talking About It. But I will start having workshops soon. But basically just where we're bringing, again, whatever I do here on Talking About It basically is what I do on the business end, but it's just kind of more business based, because I feel like that's what we need right now. So OG with Moxie. What else do we have going on next week? The 13th we have no, you're fine. Next week, make sure that you tune in 7 p.m. We have Daniel Gutierrez of the Dual Delta Financial Group. We'll be talking about finances. We'll have some information for entrepreneurs, taxes, and how all of that goes into the civics kind of lesson that we're doing this month. So thank y'all for tuning in. Remember to keep on talking about the hard things so that you can start and appreciate the good things. We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.